Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to the spiritual topics. Today we will discuss about deja vu. First we will know what is deja vu. Deja vu is a strange feeling where a person feels they have already experienced a moment even though it is happening for the first time. It may happen in any age. I had lot of deja vu experience in my life. Maybe you guys also had that experience. You might not be aware. Then let us find out more about it. Let me start with an example. You enter a new classroom for the first time, but suddenly you might feel, I have seen this exact same classroom before. You hear someone speaking and feel you already know what they are going to say. But this feeling usually lasts only a few seconds. Apart from spirituality, there are scientific explanations for deja vu. Anyway, scientists believe deja vu happens because of small memory processing mistakes in the brain. The brain has two important memory systems. Short term memory stores current events, and long term memory stores old memories. Sometimes the brain accidentally sends a new experience into the familiar section too quickly. Because of this, the brain feels this has happened before, even though it actually has not. But spiritual people have strong evidence to prove that deja vu is real. In India, many people connect deja vu with past lives, karma, destiny, soul memories, and intuition. In some spiritual traditional belief, the soul remembers something the conscious mind does not. This idea is common in discussion related to meditation, reincarnation, yogic philosophy. However, there is no scientific proof that deja vu confirms past lives. Some person visits Kedarnath temple for the first time and suddenly feels, I know this path, I have stood here before, even though they never visited before. This is a classic deja vu feeling. Many people watching the movie Om Shanti Om discussed feeling connected to reincarnation and familiar memories because the story itself revolves around repeated connections across lifetimes. Sometime boarding of train from one place to another for the first time, you suddenly feel the tea seller voice, the station's atmosphere, people walking past. All seems slightly familiar. Another example, a student standing on stage during annual day suddenly feels this exact moment has already happened. Even the sounds, light, and teacher's voice feels similar. It is familiar and repeated. This is very common among teenagers and young adults. Now we will see the difference between the deja vu and dreams. Many people think deja vu means I saw it in my dream. Sometimes this happens because the brain remembers parts of old dreams unconsciously. Similar scenes trigger those dream memories, but most deja vu experiences are usually linked to memory processing rather than supernatural prediction. And the interesting facts about deja vu is around 60 to 70 of people experience deja vu at least once. Young people experience it more often than older adults. It usually lasts only a few seconds. It is generally harmless. Frequent intense deja vu can sometimes be linked with neurological conditions. So, doctors study it carefully. In yogic and spiritual thought, deja vu is connected with our samskara, that is, subconscious impressions, karmic memories, and inner awareness. In meditation practices, people may feel strong familiarity towards places, symbols, people, and sounds. Sometimes the favorite songs. Indian spiritual philosophies interpret this differently depending on the tradition. Deja vu is one of the most mysterious experiences a human being can feel. A moment where the soul recognizes something before the conscious mind does. Interesting, no? Most of the time, I feel my deja vu experiences when I was in conversations. I feel this conversation is repeated, but this feeling usually lasts only a few seconds. But during those seconds, reality itself can feel unusual and deeply meaningful. Yogic philosophy teaches that the soul carries impressions from many experiences. Sometimes, certain places, people, sound, or emotions awaken those hidden impressions, leads to deja vu. Sometimes deja vu helps to see our destiny. Deja vu during meditation. People practicing yoga, pranayama meditation, and deep self reflection sometimes experiences stranger moments of deja vu. And sometimes deja vu is a reminder to stay aware, a sign of alignment, sometimes awareness, a moment of inner awakening, a symbolic pause from the universe. Every deja vu experience is supernatural. Just we have to believe it. And most experiences are natural and harmless. What I feel is deja vu reminds us that human conscious is still deeply mysterious. We have to believe the supernatural powers. Sometimes a moment feels familiar not because we fully understand it, but because something within us quietly recognizes its energy before words can explain it. And this is for today. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Size love.